Everyone, welcome to another edition of the Lot Life podcast here in the beautiful Randall Ford Studios. I have my host, Andrew, here. It's a little cold out there, Andrew. I see you got your jacket on.
Yeah, it's cold this morning. It's freezing.
It's a little chilly this morning. This is a Saturday morning. You'll be seeing this on a Monday, but this is Saturday, the 20-something? 22nd. It is the last day. I know you've heard us talk about it before, but we have a Rodney sale going on right now. So we are at it early this morning to get this shot because it has been busy the last couple of days. You'll be seeing this on Monday the 24th, we hope, if all things go well. We know we would like to apologize for last week, our Monday podcast getting aired on Tuesday, just to keep you straight. So we had both of our viewers call in and say, what happened to the podcast? I was waiting for it on Monday and it didn't happen.
And one of the viewers was Chris.
Yes, it was me and my wife. She is an avid viewer because I make her do that.
Yeah, it wasn't really any technical difficulty. It was more I just forgot the memory card.
We have a two-part studio. So there's the home studio where Andrew does some of the work, and then the office studio here at the dealership where he also does the work. Yeah. But apparently you have to have one thing from here at the other one to get this done. So it's technology. I don't really understand.
Well, if I do it, the thing is I start doing it here and then I get busy, and then I just have to quit. So I just take it home with me, and then. Yeah, that's it. Then I forget it.
It throws him whenever he gets busy because he's not used to that.
Okay.
So I'd like to also say thank you to our sponsor this morning, Seven Brew. They were nice enough to provide the coffee that we paid for this morning. So
yeah. Hey, they have gave us free stuff.
They've also, I think, purchased a vehicle from us.
Purchased a wrapper.
Yeah, shout out to Seven Brew. It is very good coffee. There is a reason that we spend a lot of money there because it is worth it. Yes. It is very good. We do that all the time. I think I actually have a shirt even from them.
For Seven Brew, yes. I got he gave me about like 8 of them. I didn't give them to anybody. I kept them all. He was like, hey, toss these out to a couple people. I'm like, nah.
So Andrew is ready for his next career as a barista. He's already got the uniform. He is good to go.
That's exactly right.
He's practicing brewing coffee in his Mr. Coffee.
I honestly don't think you can fit any of these shirts.
Who?
They're all like medium.
Oh, no. You could, though.
I'm trying to get there. What do you mean?
You're medium, so wear that out on the golf course. Where's that tee box? Yeah. But on this episode of the podcast, we are going to talk about, we told you earlier about some of our
TikToks
that we have done, and they've really taken off.
Yes, sir.
Some of the stuff we do is kind of like skits about the car business. Some of the things that we do. One of them, we go back to the old school with the Foursquare. In case you haven't heard of that, that's a selling technique that I learned whenever I got into the business. Because whenever cars were just getting invented then, so you had to come up with a way to sell them.
Mm-hmm. That's when you started like actually moving the cars with your feet.
Yeah. So my calloused feet were glad to know that they started coming out with that new model with the solid floorboard.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I bet it was.
But anyway, so the Foursquare, and we mentioned that a few times, and then the comments just blow up on that. Oh no, not the Foursquare, or the Four Quadrant, as some people call it.
Any dealership that uses that, they're scam artists.
Yeah, which, I mean, it was a way, I brought one out here, just a sample, and this is what it would typically, a Foursquare would be. It would have the MSRP, and then you're going to reduce it because of the sale. So let's say it was 48, go down to 44. Over on this side typically is your trade amount, where they will put in some number that they were going to give you 7, but they're going to mark through that, and they're going to give you 8 for that, for your trade. You might have a balance on it. Let's say it was $10,000, so that $2,000 would carry over towards the loan, and then they'll give you usually a down payment amount, and then whatever the monthly payment would be at that, just sign right there. You never sign right there. This is basically a tool for negotiations.
Correct.
That way they get you into a way to negotiate. The standard method that they teach with this is keep people away from these boxes. You don't want them to think about these boxes. You're just focusing on payment. That's what they're trying to get you on. So if I get a lower payment with that dude, because most people, you'll hear this a lot of times, you live your month, you pay it, 1 month at a time is how you pay your bills. Yeah. So that's what they focus on this. Now, this wasn't necessarily a bad method to use.
No.
But it is a little antiquated.
Yeah.
The transparency, you don't really know what these numbers mean, and that's where people feel like maybe they don't understand the Foursquare, they don't understand how it works. We don't use the Foursquare here at Randall Ford anymore. We have a printed out document that shows you all of the numbers, because in today with the internet, everything is so transparent. You know what these numbers are. So if you're trying to hide numbers, move numbers around, it's just really, I mean, you're not doing anything but shooting yourself in the foot.
Not only that, it's like super easy. Just take a green marker and mark through numbers here, and that's what people don't like. I mean, it's like Chris was saying though. Back in the day, it's something they used common. It's just basically a negotiation tool to get to a number, just so they know where you're at and where the dealership can go. So I mean, it's all it was. But yeah, people don't like it now.
Yeah, but it is true, and I remember whenever I was selling, and then somebody came in and I came out with the Foursquare and said, "Oh, I'm just leaving. I'm not even messing with that." And I had no idea what they were even talking about, because we hadn't had an updated system where we had switched out of that. Now we have, and now it is much more transparent. So because everybody knows how much a car costs. Everybody knows, you can look at books on computer. You know what your trade is worth. So all of a sudden, if I come out and say I'm trying to get your trade for $4,000 less than what other people are telling you, I'm going to look like an idiot for doing that. For one, and it's not going to be fair to anybody. We want to be fair because we want customers to come back to us. We want to get the repeat business. So that's why we try to use a little more transparency these days. So if you do go somewhere to buy a car and they do bring out the old marker like this, I'm just saying that it might be a good idea for you to look somewhere else where you have a little more transparency in the transaction, so you know what you're actually getting for everything.
Not in saying necessarily that these are bad. They're more, I guess you should say, simple. They're just very, very, very simple instead of, I mean, you're looking at 4 things when you could be looking at 8 other things.
Right.
I mean, that's why it's not as transparent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's an older method, so if they're presenting numbers to you in an older method, what else have they not advanced their technology on? So maybe it's time for oil change, so they have your car in the back and they're turning it upside down to get all your oil out. So maybe it's better to, we don't do that. We have a better way.
We now take out the screw at the bottom.
Yeah, you just don't do that. So, and then you have the used cars, you can put that underneath, so then that can roll in there. The one
exactly.
It's recycling.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Yeah. The blacker the better, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
I did see something on YouTube though where they were talking about the used oil, and they use that to treat decks. And they did the used oil, they brushed it on their wooden decks.
Yeah.
They did that, and then that soaked into the wood and made those decks last forever. Instead of like a water seal or something, they sealed it with old oil, so it was a way to use the oil.
I did not know that you could do that.
Yeah, it
you
was
learn
pretty
something
cool.
new every day.
I would imagine though that deck would be highly flammable now.
Oh yeah. I guess it would.
You don't want to
add wood and oil together.
Yeah, wood and oil, especially if that wood is dry. You don't want to be out there smoking a cigar on that deck.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's an actual bad idea.
Yeah, but then I looked it up, and there was a bunch of people that use that. They used oil. They used it to preserve wood. So, I mean, something we totally got off topic on that.
Oh,
I just thought it was a cool thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Foursquare is bad. Don't fall for the Foursquare. Ask for something a little more transparent where you can actually see what the values are, where everything is, know everything that you are paying for, and what the money is going towards, what the down payment is doing, and what your actual monthly payment is going to be.
Correct. And I am going to cut off Chris. We're going to go ahead and let people know that March Madness is still going.
Yes.
It is this is going to be the last video in March, and that's the last.
No.
Oh yeah, March. What?
Yeah, we have another podcast. Our last podcast will air on March 31st, the very last day of March. This will air on March 24th. I've already studied it on my calendar.
Oh yeah, we get 2 videos.
Thank
in
you.
March.
Yes, 2 videos in March.
But the time that you see that last video, you're not going to.
By the time you're seeing this, you will have seen another Larry the Legend video, which we aired those on Sunday. We have them in the can for that. So check out the video from yesterday, the other Larry Thunderbird video.
Yeah.
Watch that. We've got quite a bit of response on that. Could be your last time to see me in the shorty shorts.
Yeah, and let me tell you,
Sad day.
it's bright.
It is bright.
It's bright.
But
Yeah, it is
I don't
bright.
think we really have too much else to cover on this. Everybody, still, we don't have a giveaway going on right now. But it doesn't mean you can't like, share, and subscribe. Did I
That's
get it right? Did I say it in the
exactly,
right
yeah.
order?
Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And stay tuned for more giveaways. The March Madness is the $16,000 off on F-150s.
Woo!
Wanted to
Yes.
get that out there. There's a ton of deals.
We still have some of the used cars for $200 a month, too.
Oh yeah, $200 a month on used vehicles, and then you also have $350 payments on brand new Escapes.
Brand new
That's
Escape.
a brand new car. So that is the hot deals
Hot
for
deals.
Randall Ford. Guys, make sure
Here's
that
the
you
deal right
yeah,
so
make
hot.
sure that you hit that subscribe button, share the post, drop a comment, and we're out of here.